The world was shocked by the arrest of Paralympic and Olympic track star Oscar Pistorius on Valentine's Day for the murder of his girlfriend. Now, in the latest from the court, in the murder hearing, Oscar Pistorius broke down as the debate about TV access to the hearing is still on. Pistorius has his father and brother in court. He has been charged with a count of murder. The hearing is taking place at Pretoria Magistrates Court. South Africa's Paralympic superstar Oscar Pistorius arrived at court on Friday morning, and he has been charged with the murder of his girlfriend Reeva Steenkamp, who was found dead at the couple's home a day earlier. Pistorius was charged at the local police station after hours of questioning by officers and a brief visit to Memlodi Hospital, where he underwent forensic checks. The court hearing was originally scheduled for Thursday afternoon but was postponed until Friday to give forensic investigators time to carry out their work. Security had been visibly ramped up outside the Pistorius home in Silver Lakes neighborhood on the eastern outskirts of the capital. Well, it's an Olympian tragedy on Valentine's Day when Pistorius allegedly shot dead his model girlfriend at his home in Pretoria. The South African police categorically said that there were no signs of forced entry at his home and that there have been past incidents of domestic violence reported from Pistorius' home. There have also been reports that neighbors heard shouting and screaming from the house earlier in the evening. It was reported that Pistorius had claimed he mistook Steenkamp for a burglar and shot at her 4 times in the arm and the head, killing her on the spot. A 9mm handgun and ammunition have been recovered from Pistorius, who was said to be shaken by the incident.
We can confirm that there was a shooting incident this morning at the home of the well-known Paralympic athlete Oscar Pistorius. At this stage we can confirm that a young woman, a 30-year-old woman, did die on the scene of gunshot wounds. A 26-year-old male has been arrested and has been charged with murder. At this stage he's on his way to a visit to the district surgeon for a medical examination, and he'll be appearing in the Pretoria Magistrates Court at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Pistorius' girlfriend Steenkamp, a former FHM model and law graduate, was faced of Avon Cosmetics in her native South Africa. The model and Pistorius confirmed that they were an item after speculation surrounded the couple when they were spotted together at South Africa's Sports Awards in 2012. Described as an absolute angel on earth by her publicist, Steenkamp had tweeted hours before her death asking her thousands of Twitter followers what their plans were for Valentine's Day. Well, the murder case has sent shockwaves across the world, with Oscar Pistorius, the Paralympic and Olympic star, being charged with the murder of his girlfriend. Well, let me go across to Preeti, who joins us for more on this story. Preeti, absolute shocker. A lot of people still can't make sense of this terrible tragedy. The question is, what really do the police have to say on this?
Well, they've already charged him with murder on 1 count of murder, Rukmani there. But let's give you perspective. Of course, this case has caught the world's imagination, the international press's imagination, and of course cyberspace is rife with comments coming in. We just logged on to Twitter here, and if I can just tell you, since the court hearing began, 9:45 a.m. South Africa time, since it began, every minute has been detailed on Twitter. 9:45 a.m. In the morning, the magistrate ruled out that Pistorius' trial will not be televised live. Well, that's what's been reported by South Africa Breaking News. Now, why it's wanting to be televised was that there were lots of people, lots of the media, which wanted this event to be televised. Of course, in the wake of that not being taken place, what's happening is that there is a massive riot, chaos, which has ensued right outside the court. Now, that again has been reported right here, if I can point out, by the New York Times, says massive chaos outside the court, nobody allowed to get in, not going to be a televised trial there. More so, what we are getting to know is that the minute the trial began, Rukmani, the minute the trial began, Pistorius, who the defense lawyer says is in a traumatized state of mind, he's been sobbing through the trial. Now, that's also been reported by one reporter of South Africa news channel there, where he goes on to say Pistorius sobbing unrelentlessly. Oscar Pistorius' father and sister have hugged, taken their seats in the front row of the Pretoria Magistrates Court right ahead of his appearance on a murder charge. Now, his immediate family is what we do know is sitting right behind him, while of course Oscar himself in a traumatized state of mind. He is going on sobbing. Even his family could not control their tears. Now, all of this, when outside there is major chaos which is on swing. Now, of course, this entire story has caught the world's imagination. There is a lot of international media. A stakeout continues at the Pretoria Magistrate Court outside. And even when, of course, the news broke of Nike removing, the ad. If there's a very popular ad of Oscar Pistorius on Nike which says, "I'm the bullet in the chamber." The minute this ad was pulled out, outside the court, there were a group of women who were protesting. One of them has, of course, tweeted, "Oscar Pistorius fallen from grace, our hero, which has fallen from grace." Well, lots of reactions there, Rookie, that we are seeing, especially on the cyberspace, on Twitter, but understandably so, because this story has the world completely shaken on how a man who catapulted to being a sports person, an inspiration for many, today stands being charged with murder of his girlfriend, Riva Steenkamp.
Right, Preeti, thanks very much indeed for joining us with all that is buzzing on the social media on this incident. Let me go across to Siddharth Kochar, who also joins us for more on the story. Siddharth, this has not been the best of years for sports. First, you had Lance Armstrong falling from grace, and now another hero charged with a very, very serious offense.
That's the first thing that came to mind when the story broke yesterday. But the latest we have is that the hearing has ended, Rukmini, and his bail plea hearing has been deferred at least till Tuesday or Wednesday. The only relief for Oscar Pistorius, who's been charged with premeditated murder, and he broke down in court when that term was used by Judge Desmond Nair, who's hearing this case. The only relief is that he'll not be sent to the central prison in Johannesburg. He'll be held at the Boschkop police station. But apart from that, things are looking really, really bad for Oscar Pistorius at the moment. We already know that he's been charged with a count of premeditated murder, and it certainly seems that it will stay going by the evidence that the police have. But obviously, the defense is still trying to build its case at the moment.